And we are live! Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones, wherever you might be. I'm Emma, and welcome back to the House of Hubris, here on twitch.tv/Sarazant. Welcome back to the Banner Saga 3. We've got through 2.a-lot games. We're getting towards the end of the final one. It's all been very dramatic. If you were here last time, you'll have seen Volker, our lovely wife, pictured here, was sadly killed because I trusted her too much, and she trusted other people too much, and she was too good for this world. In Arborang, things went variably. Ruger tried to start a coup, like he does. We didn't kill him again, but we managed to let the dredge inside and form a tenuous coexistence, if not alliance. Zephyr is here with all her menders to hold up a magic barrier around the city, which gave us 22 days. Meanwhile, Juno and her team have jumped into a big hole and are now in the world under the world, where the dredge come from. And I'm being attacked by my own cables. It's very exciting. Yeah. And probably a bunch of other things happened. Also, we restarted the game like 5 times because it's buggy as hell. But hey. Let's just get in it. I think we were just at the start of a battle. We are not just at the start of a battle. Wait, is it taking us back to... Gods, I can't see the ceiling. It's taking us back to the start of this. There's no ceiling. We're inside the world. Does it always look this dead? No. This place used to be full of life. Yeah, we did do this. Caravan moves slowly, taking in the strangeness of the place. Ditch trips over his feet, yeah. Everyone is a bit... see, I said we shouldn't stop now last time and it cost us like 2 days, so I'll say a short rest. Ollie's feet are propped up on a rock with a flask in his hand before you finish speaking. His smile dares you to say something, but you think twice on it. A short while later, the ravens are reluctantly ready to move again. Yeah, see, that only took us 1 day. I'm fine with that. Because yes, we are now on a hard countdown clock here, until everything goes badly and Arborang is exposed to the darkness. And I have no idea if 22 days is going to be enough. But frankly, whatever happens, happens, and was the natural culmination of our story. Oh yes, and then Ditch lurks around us and talks about everything. What if we just ignore him first off? Because that was the battle we were in, was people had heard the noise. Dredge had heard the noise and attacked us. Not Dredge, Warped. Well, Warped Dredge, some of them. Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, so this is the battle we were on. How are we for renown? We could probably give somebody a level. Do any of the level 8s have a level to go up? Nope. So, let's do Juno. Pretty sure that's what I did last time as well. Okay, we don't want the injured on this team. Event... Ivor is required, Ditch is required. Any other 9s who need the ding? No. So, with this team... maybe Spar or no, Vanguard. Why not? Let's go. Hope everyone is okay out there in Twitch/YouTube land, depending on where you're watching this. If it's YouTube, hope the future is nice. Nice going, Dutch. This is my fault. I mean, yeah, basically it is. You were the one who was shouting freak. Can I not move him? No? I suppose that makes sense. Can't move either. Oh god, start off and shield wall. Yeah, that'll do. What do they have? Oh, they've got a border. We need to kill that as soon as humanly possible. A couple of Scourges, a Stone Singer, 2 Grunson Slinger. Okay. Well, this will solve a lot of problems. Or at least dramatically lessen them. Okay, that Slinger is in Overwatch. Remember that fact. Okay, killed the border before it got to do anything. That is the way to do it. And the Stone Singer's most of the way dead as well. Wow, these things hit like a train. Hey, turns out that Slinger was in Overwatch. If only somebody could have seen this coming. Honestly. I'm gonna blame Daniel. Either feel free to kill this dude before that triggers. Stop it. Yeah, that was walking through the ash. I forgot how Val sizes worked. Oh, but also we can do some zapping. Stop it with the tentacle draining. Don't eat my people's brains. It's rude. Yeah, this Slinger can get wrecked. Some aggressive tuber going on there. Oh, I forgot Dutch was still in the middle of them. See, this is the problem. As soon as you can't see these people, they disappear from existence, right? Okay, that Slinger is on Overwatch, but that's fine. I'm happy to trigger that. Let's go there. And Tempest 2 of these. Double kill. Now this grunt is probably the most dangerous thing out there. Case in point. Actually, no, it's not worth spending the extra willpower to do 1 damage to the other one. Just spend the willpower to do 12 to this one. And then we should basically be good. Ivor, why are you such a badass? That's not even your class ability. Oh, this is a wave fight. Okay, interesting. So, how's everybody doing? Ollie is still on basically full everything, so is Sibion. Ivor's armor has taken a bit of a beating, so let's switch him out. Who else do we have that's level 9? Spar, Percy. And then we need some range support, so the Castaway. And Juno? Yeah. Okay, so where do they want to go? That's probably a bad idea to clump them all up like that, but let's find out. Fight. Everyone gets some more willpower because our morale is so good. Okay, the Warped has Stone Guard, Stone Singer, Pair of Grunts, Scourge. What does the Stone Guard have? 40% dodge on strength attacks. Well, I hate that. And also drains strength armor and willpower. Great, great, love that so much. Whose go is it? Castaway? Oh, because the initiative order doesn't reset. Eesh. Don't love that. Especially because I couldn't see a way to correct for it. But have you considered becoming bamboozled? Thank you, bamboozled. Oh, Sundering Impact would actually be the thing here. Strength damage +1. Bunch of break added. Bonuses to splash. Punch it. I'll take that. I should have checked if I'd given him Sundering Impact too. Okay, have you got tales worth telling? Yeah. Percy might need that, he's taking some strength damage. Ooh, they're diagonal now. Let's make them regret that fact. What have I told you about stopping that? Hint, it's that you should. What's the range of my Shatterstones? do it. But seriously, have you considered how bamboozled you're about to be? Dodge! Dodge! What do you call that? Bloody cheek, that is. Should have used my willpower to do something to impact their brain. Okay, this is where you want to Tempest, because now that he's got Tale Worth Telling, he can hit them a lot harder. That will absolutely do it. Hey, no sneaking around the back to punch Juno. Spar, show them why they don't do that. Well, okay, that didn't show them in any particularly immediate way, but you're working on it. Okay, that is in Overwatch. Pay attention to that fact. No, this is the time to... I've only got one willpower. Ah, well. Axe Storm. Yeah, 6 is decent. Oh, 1 second. Well, that woke me up. What am I suggesting? That I could be, you know, not properly awake when doing a stream? What kind of a suggestion would that be? Shatterstone them again. Wonder why it is they don't let you throw stable Shatterstones to lay traps with. I mean, I assume it'd get changed because of balance or whatever, but interesting to consider how that changes the balance when a player's doing it to when an NPC is doing it. Realised that was going to happen just before I did it. Did it anyway. Okay, wasn't sure if they could get multiple shots off that. Good to know, I guess. The aggressive kind of pseudo-jazz brass work going on in this soundtrack is quite a thing. Wish there was a way he could target multiple people. Oh yeah, Rupture, that's an ability that exists. And Juno can do nothing. Probably should have just rested to get some will back. What? I said... Oh, because he doesn't have the willpower to finish that move anymore. Ugh. A thing that I could have seen coming had I thought about it. As is the case with the great majority of the mistakes I make, if I'm honest. Stop doing that. We know you have a big tuning fork. You don't need to show it off at every opportunity. Stop casting umbrage. We know you're angry. We get it. Let's do a cut. Oh, that's not great. Well, can't do any more harm now. Dredge to the face. Oh, this is Juno's ghost. Yeah. And Ollie coming in clutch with the axes out of nowhere. Okay, could be worse. Got some injuries. Got an item. Killed a lot of warped. The item is rank 12, so I can't use it. Simple necklace that reminds you of the determined strength of a farmer and the gilded luck of nobility. Oh yeah, Valgard was in that fight. I forgot that. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of injuries. More than perhaps we would have liked. But the warped got more injuries. And we got 22 renown, so we could, you know, spend that on levels. Love me some levels. By Avicii, R.I.P. Flames on the side of my face. Well, children, I hoped you liked that battle, because we're going to do it again. In the words of the Chemical Brothers. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Okay, is the mouse in the right place? Yes. If I press resume, has it taken us all the way back to the start of the underworld section? Yeah, it has! Well, good to know the first 25 minutes of this stream was a complete waste of time. I'm just trying to finish the game, y'all. I just want to finish this game. The series will be over, and that'll be fine. Yes, have a short rest. There aren't many situations, I suppose, where a short rest means you literally take a day. Not that I wouldn't mind a day off. Or, not that I would, I suppose. Words mean things in that order. Then we have this conversation with Dirch. No, I don't actually want to listen to you. Dirch starts to shout, people come in. Is that the team we had to start with before? I don't know, we had Valgard instead of Juno. Yeah, but it didn't accomplish anything, so... Oh, and I still need to spend that level. For the love of... Okay, Ollie was killing it in this battle. He can have a level. Yes, dialogue, we know. Taken me like 3 minutes to get back to the same battle, which will then take me another 20. Come on. Okay, start off by going to these. Tempest, put them both basically out of commission. That one is on Overwatch. Will I go out of range if I go away? No. But hey, that was a learning moment right there. Don't love that. Now that Valgard isn't here to draw your fire. Appears to be canonically the most punchable man we have available. I don't even need to say it, but it rhymes with shamboozle. Nah. That was quite funny. I didn't even see that coming. Why does this one seem to take... Or is it dealing armor damage? I can't tell. It's hard to say. Oh wow. That'd be where I said Ollie was killing it, and now he is nearly killed. You know what, Ivan, just do some regular stick whacking. If all my experiences with skeletons in Elden Ring have taught me anything, it's that sometimes you need to stop casting spells and just hit them with your stick. And if they pull out a big tuning fork, then the analogy slightly falls apart. Kill this Scourge. Earn a level. Get hit very hard. Should have Sundering Impact that. Impacted. This is a good time to use a flail. Unfortunately, all he has is an axe, but tish. Funny joke, everybody laughs. Get bone trousled. That's Overwatch. Can't lightning these because I'll hit dirt. And he would die. I mean, he's probably going to die anyway, but you know, may as well show willing. Well, there he goes. And how's that working out for you, random warped? Actually, now we can lightning them. Oh, but that will also then bounce to Avon down to Ollie. Let's not do that. In retrospect, it was a terrible plan, and whoever suggested it should be fired immediately. Should we use Sundering Impact again? Again, flail, but this time on this guy. Okay, she's out of willpower, so I can't do any more flamboozling. Which sounds like something you'd have an OnlyFans tier for. dead. Thought there was only one left, there are two left. Wear that one down a bit. Juno takes a whole bunch of damage. Ivor comes over to do a murder. Hits that with some splash damage. Should I say Bjorn walk through the thing? Or walk into Overwatch and die, because I forgot that he was in Overwatch. Welp. Nah. Get wrecked, but seriously, get wrecked. Okay, Ivor can stay in on account of murdering it. Ollie needs to switch out immediately. Juno needs to switch out immediately. And we'll bring in Valgard, and Spar, and Bercy, and Krum. Actually, do we need 3 Val? No, let's switch out Krum for the Apostate and bring the Castaway as well. That seems reasonable. I don't know where in this turn order we'll be starting from, but, you know. Well, it was Ivor's turn just now, and he was in position 1, so it should be the Apostate next. Oh, I didn't reposition people. That's not hubris, that's just not paying attention. Why is your movement so terrible? Probably not the time to be using either of those abilities. Me forgetting my positioning is going to be what loses me this fight, isn't it? And they've got a border over there. Great. Love that so much. Oh, well, thanks for coming over here just in smacking range. On which note? Smack. What have I told you about the tentacle thing and why you can stop it immediately? Might have been best to just flail that one, but you know. Such a chunky sound when you armor attack someone. And then such a non-chunky sound when you take strength damage. This is where you Tempest. Just explode out of the pack like your Iron Man. I have no idea if there's a point at which Iron Man does that. It just seems like the thing he'd do. Okay, now it's time to engage Umbridge. It's the new version of Let's Get Dangerous. It's just time to deploy Umbridge. Well, that's a point. I can lightning these. Well, that's one of them dead at least. And that one's dead as well. Good to know. Love giving people DOTs and not even remembering them. Okay, so everybody... Hey, no dodging! You don't get to have armor. I've decided that this is against the rules. You're not playing Elden Ring properly. For one thing, this doesn't even look like Limgrave. The Elden Ring jokes will continue until morale improves. Yeah, whatever. Burn the willpower. Got a necklace. Well, I'll take it, I guess. Way to put yourself in pillage, idiot. So I just see sprite flickering, that worries me. Yeah, Eye for the Godslayer doesn't need to actually lend a hand. You've got this. You've got this. See? Picture to them having this. Oh god. Try to keep my eyes open. It is Saturday, I am tired, alright? Yes, strength of a farm and good luck and ability. We know. Ditch got a level. Everyone in the world got promoted, but not promoted, injured, but mostly Ditch. If this doesn't load, I swear to Christ. Ah, there we go. Can't afford to keep getting into battles like this. You all know it. As you clean your axe, you notice the raven's kicking the crap out of something. Which turns out to be Ditch. Between bloody coughs, he swears to keep his mouth shut for a while, and that seems to make everyone a little happier. good? Question mark? Just those days ticking away, or rather chunging away. Imagine having a clock that did that every second instead of ticking. Across colossal cliffs. That's a surprisingly difficult word to say, and I'm thankful I didn't have my prosthetic fangs in for it. Across colossal cliffs, you spy countless pockets carved into the stone. Those are the sculptor's homes, Alfaroon points out. The massive web of stairs and chambers must have been a beehive of activity before the dredge fled from the darkness. Don't move, Alfaroon says, pressing her back to the stone. The ravens do the same. Beyond the monolith floats an immense creature, all tentacles and eyes, swimming in the air. What the depths is that? You whisper. Victim, Alfaroon says accusingly, aimed at the falcon. You've heard of enormous monsters crawling from deep within the earth, but this one has been twisted horrifically by the darkness. Ravens worry that the light will draw its attention even from this distance. Do we just book it? I think we should just book it. It may be a terrible idea, but so are many of mine. We don't have time to play it safe, you order, and the caravan breaks into a sprint. It's not long before you realise that it hasn't responded to you at all. You're not sure it's even capable of doing so in its broken condition. Hopefully your luck holds out. Oh, what? The monster is broken. See? Haha! Sometimes bad decisions pay off. Which makes them the good type of bad decision. And you can tell from the future. Or from the past if you're really good at things like me. You can just be like, one day I will look back at this and go, yes, this was a good decision. And that's how I approach most of the decisions in my life. Who am I kidding? My autobiographical memory is terrible. I'm never going to look back at anything. The caravan enters a field of tall grass, or as Avon tells you, something more akin to seaweed. You wouldn't call it that anymore. The grass blades are now ebony, razor-edged corkscrews that bite at your skin, pulled waist high, and go on as far as the eye can see. They break easily enough, Valgard says, shattering a cluster with a loud smack from his shield, and that wasn't his voice, but it is now. Yeah, and the sound will turn the heads of anything that isn't already looking our direction, replies Morgan, also not his original voice, rubbing a stinging cut on his arm. Got a long way to go, you say, so let's come to some agreement here. Move carefully and quietly, smashy smashy, or just deal with it. I'm feeling smashy of the smash kind. There's something oddly satisfying about blasting through the brittle blades, and the others seem to be letting off some steam too. Thankfully, it draws no attention, but you worry if the extra effort may have slowed and tired the caravan. Success! I just need to make the reckless decisions and everything goes well. Occasionally I walk into an environmental hazard and die, but not all the time. Or I just forget how numbers work. This is a very oppressive atmosphere, but also my brain is just taking it as nothing's happening, better have a nap. Which, my brain is a fool. The ground begins to crinkle softly beneath your feet. Others notice it too. Juno hums a soft lullaby, and a nebula of lights drift from her staff like campfire embers, reflecting off a plane of tinted glass that sprawls out ahead in every direction. Ice, says Avon. Or it once was. I can't be sure what the darkness has done to it. Unlike the jagged shale you've trampled so far, it lays in geometric patterns of flat plains, some hanging curiously in the air. Valgard dares a short slide onto it, saying, Seems solid enough. Yeah, this is a bad idea. Maybe for small folk, let's script the edge. Ravens grouse, but only for a minute. Secretly, you suppose they're glad to not take the wrist. Wrist? Take the wrist. Please, my wrists. The risk. The indignation returns much later when it becomes clear you've only travelled parallel to the White Tower. It's wide, says Juno. We need to cross. Ah, no. That's a day and a half wasted. Step lightly. The ice may hold, but let's not test it. I swear something beneath is moving. It was an ocean. Surely there are many things still here. Some bigger than others. Then maybe we should keep quiet? Think the time for that may be past, Sparmer Man. Oh hey! Big Snake's back! It's Snaky Snake Nathaniel Snakington, everybody. Juno grips her stight. The banner Saga 3, brought to you by the Swedish chef. It's even Scandinavian appropriate. Juno grips her staff tightly, hands trembling. You've never seen that. She speaks low over her shoulder, but you hear it clear as a bell. No matter what happens now, protect Avend. How am I supposed to protect Avend from that? Don't know what accent that was, went a little bit Midlands. Any way you can. The serpent speaks. You don't understand its words, but you get the tone. Juno shouts back, and you understand her perfectly well. You've failed again and again. You won't succeed this time. The serpent rears up as it responds, until only wildly coiling loops of ragged, monstrous scales can be seen in the light. It means to shatter the ice. Go! Well, that's not ideal. The serpent strikes like a whip, snapping up Juno between its jaws, and slams its head into the ice, wildly, unconcerned for itself. Well, rip Juno again, I guess. Juno somehow weaves patterns with broken arms. The ice beneath you bucks. Suddenly it occurs to you that Juno has taken control of something deep beneath your feet, and it's approaching fast. Go! She screams once more. Avend freezes. You throw him over your shoulder and run, just as the ice groans and splinters from another impact, snapping like bear traps. Ravens scatter in terror. Crossing so many fingers. God, it's the ash! I can't see a damn thing. Just keep going. Well, the clock's disappeared, so this is all a scripted sequence, and I'm okay with that. I mean, it's all scripted sequences apart from the battles. It's just, you know, trees. That or the clock still is ticking, but because of the ash we can't see it, which I suppose would be a solid bit of UX integration. Is everyone here? You shout. Ravens rub soot from their faces and cough into their hands. Thick, black dust haunts the air, kicked up by the Leviathan's thrashing. I can see her! Avend shouts. A globe of light detaches from the convulsing silhouette of the serpent, blazing through the air and crashing like a meteor far in the distance. Avend darts ahead with his own light. The rest follow. You crawl through curtains of dust. Wow, words are tough today. It's suddenly dark as a moonless night. Juno's light dims and winks out. Hurry! shouts Avend. Soon you admit it's impossible to know if you're heading the right direction anymore. Avend begins to panic. See, 1 is just a fancier way of saying, let's split up and cover more ground, which is a terrible idea. Let's be sensible and methodical. You sweep the area, leaving markings as guideposts. It's frustratingly slow. Halt. Ollie puffs after a long silence. Shapes ahead shamble towards you. And we're straight in a battle. Nobody's listed as necessary. Most of my level 9s are injured now. In fact, most of my people are injured now. And we don't get the opportunity to make camp. Great. Guess we're working with these injuries for the rest of the time. What does that stone necklace do? Oh yeah, plus strength and plus dodge chance for strength. Oh yeah, that's a point. Who wants a level? Spart, you can have a level. Why am I looking at the wrong screen? Mouse? No, it's not my mouse, it's the game that's acting up. Excellent. This is some annoying lag you've got going here. Did you just not want this close-up of Spart? Is that all that is? Oh no, it's my whole computer. Ooh, why is my computer doing this? That's exciting. 1 second. Oh, are we back? I think we're back. Everything was stuttering. Oh, yeah, I have a feeling the Banner Saga might be running a bit of a memory leak or something, because, well, not memory, but it's at least processing very inefficiently, because it is using nearly 60% of my CPU, and I have quite a bit of CPU. And Betsy, you're about to fight, have a level. Have I even spent everyone's points? I don't know. Let's just comb through everyone's... No, see, Ollie's got points. He's on 30% dodge strength, which I like it, in the words of the Interceptor. And there's a very niche reference. Heroic title available? No, there isn't. He has a heroic title, and I can't afford more levels for it. But he does have skill points I haven't spent. Okay, that's everyone. Any unequipped items we can use? Nope. Ready for battle. Whatever that accent was about. Oh goody, and we have to do some terrible visibility. I see something. I think we found her. We're not the only ones. Is that a border? Yeah. A couple of scourges. Oh, the visibility is clearing up, thank God. A grunt. 2 stone guards, a stone singer. Ugh, I don't like this at all. Let's do that. Not actually worth tempesting them. What I should do is Sundering Impact. I don't have that. Yeah, too late now. Let's just put this one out of commission. Oh, and this is a wave fight as well, and everybody currently not on the field is already injured, so... Anyway, have 10 break. yeah, there's Juno. So many tentacle things. Cease. Cease to tentacle. It's not tentacool. That's a Pokemon. For those of you who didn't know. It was also, and hear me out here, a very bad joke. I make very bad jokes because sometimes I just need to say a thing. Because hey, what's the alternative? Not saying a thing? Who does that? Can I nail a Shatterstone between the two of them? Nope. And then if I just miss the buttons... Ivor feels like he should have higher break. Maybe I should have given him a build that had higher break. Yeah, somebody should probably kill that. You know, just in case. Right, they're diagonal, so I can just give them a quick snap. And you can be dead. And you are on Overwatch. And you're doing the tentacle thing again, despite my expressly stated wishes that you immediately stop doing the tentacle thing. Wait, no. Oh yeah, I was meant to kill a Stone Singer. Well, guess I didn't do that. I maintain that borders seem cheap as hell. Don't know what that accomplished. And then he came over and he hit him with a giant effing axe. It was really cool, yo. That's what Spa says. I know I didn't do it in the Spa voice, so it might have been a little difficult to put that together, but you know, that's the gist of the story at least. Don't spit at us, it's rude. Wasted one of those willpower. Suddenly concerned that I won't get these finished by the time we're due for the next wave. Very nice. For that, you get a biscuit. Oh, wait. No, no. No, what? You want... Stand there. Going to pillage on this scourge. Okay. Got there just in time. We had 3 turns left. And they're coming from all sides. Excellent. Oh look, everyone is injured. That's exciting. Ollie can afford to stay. I don't love having Spard out there. So I guess we just have to deal with the slightly more injured people. Great. And we don't have Juno available to cheat the system. Let's take Alpha in then. Because she can throw out heals. Let's take the Apostate because Umbridge can do the same thing. Let's take Sigbjorn. And let's take... I've already got a Apostate. Ditch, maybe? Yeah. And now we rearrange ourselves. It's probably going to go very badly and was very foolish of me to just be like, yeah, we'll do it all and infinitely more. And it's probably going to bloody crash afterwards as well. So, ultimately, it won't matter. Ha! Dodge. Somebody stood on ashes. Oh no, that's not ideal. It's because the ashes are purple and the ground is also purple. Oh, she stood on ashes. Lightning bolts. Okay, yeah, you need to do Umbridge. Is Sigbjorn standing in ashes? Is everybody standing in ashes? Does your mom come in moms? God, there's an old reference that probably hasn't aged well. Don't love that. Definitely don't like that. Okay, you need to start throwing around heals. Who needs the heal most? Castaway? Wow. Two health. Alpha Room, what do we pay you for? Well, we don't have to pay you anymore. Now their stone singer's up to something. That slinger is dead, so that's fun. I could have sworn he was stealthed. Well, whatever. In Overwatch. Just kill this border and be done with it. What is a border, anyway? And before you tell me that they're little people who live in your house and take stuff, I applaud you for the reference, but still. I know what that did. Was that a rupture that didn't trip, or was it an umbrage that I didn't see the effect of? He was on Overwatch. One axe dead. Welp. Again with the tentacles. I don't even know what just happened. That was a rupture, I guess? Yeah, we may be screwed. I don't know why both of them died. We lost. Everyone is now injured. Great. When was the last time we lost a battle? God. It's almost like it's ramping up in difficulty and drama towards the end. Who could have thought? Here's a list of everybody you entered into this battle, and now they're all injured, you idiot. We still got 15 renown for losing. I guess. You gasp in the suffocating darkness. The golden glow from your allies winks out. It feels like drowning in a dark, black abyss. Visions pass behind your eyes, thoughts of Juno and strange shapes and ideas as if dreaming. How long have you been here? And then you gasp and pain returns to your limbs. You briefly wonder if this is the afterlife until you hear Spard mumble, "We're still not dead." Ash hangs heavily in the air as Avent cradles the body of Juno, a soft glow surrounding her. The warp top, nowhere to be seen. The survivors glance among each other. You find Juno's body laying out on the ice. She's mangled, barely recognisable, grotesque. No coming back from that. If the serpent and the fool didn't kill her, the slag did. Not to mention she's just been laying out in the darkness. Who knows how long. Wow, you're now bad Geordie. Good to know. This is the end, isn't it? We failed. What do we do? Avent? Nothing is over. Avent's face and voice are expressionless, but tears streak his cheeks. We take her to the White Tower. Ivor, please pick her up. It doesn't sound like a request. Guess we keep going. But... oh, wow. That's too many days. Oh no. Okay, we may be in trouble here. But frankly, if we die, we die, and that's the end of the story, I suppose. It's not like terrible things didn't happen in the first two games that we've accepted. Ravens swear they see figures lurking from the corners of their eyes and hear the whispers of dead family members. Some accuse the corpse of Juno, others the ominous pillars that have been rising on the horizon. The dredged Godstone, Avon tells them. Rises like teeth from the angered wolves' maw, Spar sings. Swallows brave men and the bright doom star. An old song from before the gods died, fitting, ambling through tall pillars like teeth, an obsidian forest wreathing the great black Godstone. If my dead mother appears, I'm ending things here and now, Ollie snarls. Avon, anything? Avon shakes his head slowly and you notice his ragged appearance. But I can be certain no harm will come of it. He says it loud enough for others to hear.
We push on, despite hope being lost, along with Juno, to something black and heavy ahead. Did the dredge build Godstones of their own, or
They
is
did,
this something else?
and hope is not lost yet, Ivor.
You jerk in terror at Juno's voice in your head and her hand lightly squeezing your shoulder. She breathes softly. Well done. You can put me down. Nerves get the best of even the bravest. Not another step, shouts Ollie. He pushes his way to Juno. You died. Not another step until you spill it. All of it. A chorus of voices concur, echoing off the pillars themselves. Juno sags upon her staff. She looks at Avon, but his stare is leagues from here. All will be well, she starts, but jerks back from Ollie's axe blade at her neck. No more magic tricks, Ollie hisses. Yeah, she really should answer the question. You're right, says Juno. It's time you all knew.
This will be more easily shown than told.
Ooh. I like that, because it means I don't have to talk. Feathers. There you go, that's your explanation.
The first to discover a world within our world. The inner earth, with its own lands, people, and sun. A source of power far greater than our own. Ivan was the leader of the Valka, brilliant, born with a mind devouring itself. I studied his secret to heal those wounds, and in time, we grew to love each other. But meddling with minds is forbidden, for reasons already clear to you. The council sentenced me to death. They agreed to spare Ivan the same fate if I went willingly. So I did. When Ivan discovered what had happened, he carried my body to the White Tower. In his grief, he drained the Black Sun of its energy, hoping to restore my life. The sun fell from the sky, ripping chasms through both worlds. The serpent slithered out from its shattered egg, half-born, and the darkness within spread. I had become the new vessel for its power. When we reach the White Tower, and Ivan releases my energy, the sun will move again, and the darkness will return to where it belongs.
Yeah, that does seem like it was a terrible idea. As Juno releases her grip over the caravan, the images fade. No. Let's do the accent I've been doing for her all this time, rather than trying to do the one from the cutscene. Avon carried me all the way back to Ridgehorn before I could go no further. That's where Hakon's warriors found us. They understandably believed I was dead and left me there. Avon lived still, if only barely. By the time he awoke, the Varl had taken him most of the way to Einertoft. When I realized what had happened, I traveled by ship down the river to meet Avon at Sigholm. But the Serpent's chasms prevented this. I believe you know the rest. Yeah, I played it. I'm certain you have many questions. I will answer them clearly. She waits patiently. This goes all the way back to the time of the gods. This can become long and complicated. I'll keep it simple. The Loom Mother first discovered weaving, and with it created this world and those living on it. The other beings in the tapestry, other gods, reacted in many different ways. Some wanted to learn weaving, and they took the creations she made and changed them, forming Varl and Horseborn. One god became jealous. He took mankind, reshaped them into dredge, and hid them within the world to grow and torment the other creations. When the Loom Mother learned of this, she became furious. As she had discovered creation, she had also unwillingly created death and accidentally killed the jealous god in anger. The other gods were terrified. They had never imagined not existing. They turned on each other out of fear. The gods died, but their creations continued on. The Valka were the Loom Mother's favored few. She taught them weaving. Avon and I are descendants of those first people. What does the serpent have to do with any of this? I'll admit, even I was uncertain until recently. But the easiest way to understand it is to imagine an egg. The Serpent'S Egg was made inside this inner earth, a black sun mirroring our own. Within it, a serpent would grow slowly over the ages. It was put here to eventually swallow the Loom Mother's creations, a cruel trick to destroy them in secret. When the black sun fell to the earth, it cracked. The serpent and its power spilled out well before its time. Everything happened in Nice because of petty grudges between the gods? I mean, yeah, that's what most myth systems will tell you. In a way, Avon unwittingly did us all a favour. If the serpent had grown to full size, well, at least as things are now, there may be a chance to reverse it. Not exactly bursting with gratitude at the moment. Understandable. If the Dredge were taught by the Valka, why are they attacking us? The Stone Singers believe we betrayed them. Did you? Early on, we discovered that the Black Sun was a far greater source of power than our own. After the worst of the Great Wars, everyone believed the Valka utterly defeated the Dredge. In truth, we offered them peace. In exchange for use of the Sun's power, we showed them how to flourish within their own lands, and create more of their own kind. So you created the Stone Singers? In a way. We only shared knowledge. It has always been a difficult question of how much control to exert. But now they believe we caused the destruction on purpose. I mean, they think that we wish to wipe them out, and like anyone would, they fight back. They're scared and frenzied and will not listen. We have failed them as much as we have failed everyone else. I've heard enough. What now? Now we return to the source of the power. I am not dead, but neither am I alive. This energy within me was stolen. Avid will place me within the Black Sun, the celestial spheres will circle again, the darkness will be absorbed, and without that the serpent will wither. She suddenly looks very tired, but tries to smile. You'll be trapped within the sun. I have come to terms with it. And now you know everything. Make sure Avon does what is right. Well, some big story things there. Plot, 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 plot. And silence. Don't worry, there is not a technical fault. It is actually that quiet. And here's a Godstone. An enormous bell hangs from the carved stonework. Even untouched, it hums with a strange, deep resonance. Alfred says, "The sculptors built this Godstone to themselves. They raise bells made of those who have passed. It's said that a part of them lives in the sound of these bells, and they can visit their ancestors this way." Spar crosses his arms. That would explain the spooks. The Stone Singer approaches the Godstone, hands up, shaking his head in warning. He seems to diligently avoid touching anything. At the Godstone's centre, an enormous bell dwarfs the other smaller chimes hanging throughout. The bell's handle calls to you on a primal level. "Are you thinking of ringing it or kissing it?" Spar asks. "I wouldn't do either." Yeah, no. The Stone Singer wanted us to not touch. These bells are made of dead people. Let's leave them alone and show some respect. I can hardly think of a worse idea, he replies, stepping away. Curiosity weighs on you for a short while until the caravan separates from the Godstone. Well, here we are. You find Ollie at the edge of the light, staring at the Godstone. Mind if I join you? Hard to find space around here. Just keep your voice down. That vicious wrinkled thief won't share any of his drink, and my head hurts. In the distance, Spar takes a moment from lazily tuning his langspiel to throw Ollie a wildly inappropriate gesture, not reproduced here. Run out of your own brew. Lost my flask when that whale thing shut at the frozen ocean. You hear the things coming out my mouth. Sober is no way to live either. Ollie stares blankly into the distance. What is your drink of choice? What's yours? Yock's milk? Who cares? Ugh, never mind me. You know how some men can't handle their drink. I can't handle being dry. Makes my head hurt. That seems like a problem. Never has been before. Who would want to take in all this majesty clearly? I haven't been this sober since I was 13, locked up in a Borsgard cell. Ollie gets a faraway look in his eye. Rum's my poison, to answer your question. Believe it or not, I can't even throw these axes worth a damn, dry as I am. But get a few drinks in me and I see bright ribbons in the air. Wait, you see lines of light? Damn right, showing me exactly where the axes are going to go. Usually I keep that sort of thing to myself, but what's the point? Ollie, I think you may be spellweaving. Ollie straightens his back as if startled. What are you talking about? Like the Menders do. Wow, switching back and forth between these two accents in particular is... The tongue is not doing what it should. Weaving like this neither farts lightning and raises the dead, but only when I'm drunk. And you're just using it to throw things better. Ollie erupts into laughter, loud enough to make even Spar frown. What a time to be alive, Evar. I'll drink to that. Don't tease. You pass Ollie a mead horn and his hand shakes as he gulps from it greedily. Ollie the Spellweaver. My mum always said I was special. Maybe you're not as bad as they say, Var. Who says that? Just take the victory. Every time the word loading comes up there, I am filled with fear. Spar and Juno aren't injured. Every bloody one else is. And we do not have time to rest. I mean, we don't have time to get there, frankly, but... anyway, I've got a bunch of renown. Have some levels, I guess. Let's take Juno to level 10 for like the 4th time. Valgard. Actually, I could get either to level 12 with 5, I believe. Or, oh no, it'd just be leveling his heroic title. But that's fine. That doesn't actually rank him up. How much do ranks cost? Oh, they're just 10 now. Alright. Well, we gotta keep moving, but this seems as good a time as any to take a short break. I'm gonna go and, yeah, step away for 5 minutes, stretch, get water, all of those things that chat is always telling me to do. Because I occasionally do take orders. And, yeah, when we come back, we'll be continuing this and seeing what happens when the clock runs out, because it will. Love you all. See you in a few. And we're back. Hello, everyone. Okay. Let's see if it'll actually let us leave. I mean, I want to rest to heal people up, because it's not like we're not going to run out of time anyway, but... It doesn't crash when things go badly. It only crashes when things are going well. Anything we'd like the chance to take again, nope, locked forever. Again, we are not having technical problems. You are hearing all of the sound the game makes. It's just none. That's a bad sound. But we're nearly there, I think. Have you ever tasted Tistleberry mead? Spar blurts out in the middle of a deep and oppressive silence. You're all some grim company lately. I could really go for some Tistleberry right now. Others mumble in agreement, but someone passes around enough strong drink to spread around. Soon they're trying to one-up each other about what they plan to do when they return to Alberang. Tell stories at the end of the world. As you all know, I don't drink. Ollie smirks to a couple of laughs. But I know a place back in Bursgard that would make you glad to be sober. Then you haven't tasted Bjorn's blessing, Ollie, Sigbjorn interjects. I'd kill anyone here for another swig. Trails off. Did you already get 3 ravens killed over it? Spar slings back and Sigbjorn grows quiet. Bunch of animals, Valgard sighs. I'm going to put Strand back together. See who finds their way back. At home there. Friends. He gives Ollie a stern look. I have a brother in Alberang, says Morgan. My twin. Didn't have a chance to leave things right. Now I'm regretting it. The ravens toast to regret. Noticing his stoic silence, Spar points at Krumer and starts shouting random guesses. I know what mighty Krumer needs. A feast. A longship, a throne made of fallen foes. Krumer snorts at the last one. No, but if you write a song about that, I wouldn't correct you. The Irish is catching. I can never nail down where Krumer's meant to be from. Everywhere. Man is from everywhere. He's travelled. You don't think the dredge travelling with you understand what's being said, and that's probably for the best. Ditch managed to slip in an opinion between the bawdy chatter. I always wanted to. He quickly gets drowned out by others and slowly mumbles to a stop. Give me a pile of coin when this is all over, big enough to sleep on, Bercy says. Been working for others my whole life and it's wearing thin. Think I've earned some easy living. Several ravens toast to this. Avon musters the courage to speak up. When this is done, I'll keep my farn mouth shut. Ollie hollers over him and the others roar with glee. Avon's smile vanishes, but even trying to relate may have brought him some goodwill. Bag says nothing, but everyone can tell he's thinking about spears. And our silent protector? Spar quips. He looks at you. What does the great Ingvar dream of in his sleep? Let's do the verbal sparring. Never meeting you bastards in the first place. Is it too late to change my answer to that one? Ollie chirps. The others snort and throw rocks at Ollie as they continue on, the tower growing ever closer. Is this it? No, we're not going to squeeze in onto the line. Oh no. Darkness lurches upon the dome of light, stretched thin above the city by menders weaving fast stitches. Riots ripple through the slender spaces between people packed tightly together, and the warped lick at your defences, testing them. It finally sinks in just how many dead rest in Alberang now. This is really the beginning of the end, isn't it? You grieve. Aelio says, the longship's finally sinking, so to speak. All's left to do is bail till our arms grow weak. You feel those old, nagging survival needs scratching at your thoughts. Food. water, shelter. Slightly spoiling the mood, but I think we've got a level we could give somebody. Dear sir, you've ruined many things. Do you want a level? And there's a funeral here. Well, I guess we go to that. They came from all parts of Arborang carrying their dead. An enormous longship, the king won't be needing it anymore, was hosted up to the Black Rock Plateau. Never mind the hassle, this is tradition. Arranged within the longship, many hundreds of bodies rest, ready for the afterlife, ready for peace among the stars. Their struggles are over. You hear all this from the orator declaring the last rites, preparing to set the longship ablaze. You remember those who travelled with you to Arborang. You've never seen so many dead in one place, and you hope to never see this many again. But despite the tragedy, this is a reassuring moment that there can still be dignity in death, even in these circumstances. The fires are lit and special bundles laid across the ship's edge tint the flames in different colours, a gleaming rainbow rising toward the sky, and a bridge for brave souls. You imagine the ship drifting out to sea as the fire burns low. The solemn audience begins to pile stones and soil atop to form the traditional tumulus. Let's give a speech. To those who knew and believed in your banner, you raise it high. The exact words drift from your thoughts as soon as they're said, but the rest of the caravan graciously cheers the ending. The gods would weep if we did not outlive them, and we outlive them still. Now it is we who speak for the dead, their names and their deeds, and gods be damned, they will not be forgotten. Aelio puts his hand on your shoulder. His eyes are red, some combination of drinking and grieving, but there's a smile on his lips. I can only imagine how hard this must all be for you. I never had the privilege of meeting your father, but I only heard incredible things about him. I think he would be very proud of you right now. Right now? Why? Where I look, I don't see the dead. I see all those who live on instead. Aelio stands quietly beside you, deep in thought. You can't help yourself from rhyming, can you? Aelio looks slightly embarrassed, as if you caught him indulging in a vice. I'm sorry, I hope it didn't come off as disrespectful with what I said. I have a hard time putting it to bed. When I was a boy, my grandmother was a famous seer in our small town. I was in awe of her. She claimed the gods never died, that they still spoke through her. Others would come from far away to hear their fate or feel close to them. Sometimes I would listen through the wall to the amazing things she told these people, even though it was forbidden. She knew. Before she died, she told me a secret. She said she made it all up. I got upset. I called her a fraud. She explained that just because she made it up doesn't mean it wasn't real. Stories we tell are just as real as all the things we see and feel, she said. Then she died. Just couplet, dead. That's how sagas work. I've read enough of them to know this is true. You say, I think I'm going to die. You speak a verse and then you die. I remembered those last words clear as a bell. I began to make up stories of my own. Eventually, it became hard not to see the world as a story. And you're always writing one in your head. When I felt afraid or upset as a child, I helped to imagine myself as someone else reading my story. Like the gods were looking down and seeing that I can create things as well. Anyway, I'm sorry about all the rhymes. I'll try to keep them to more appropriate moments. I guess it's time we moved on. I suppose we must. The menders shouldn't be left alone on the walls, and There's already a murmur spreading among the clans of not enough food to go around. Sometimes it feels like too much. The true hero comes reluctantly. Though we move on now with shuffling feet, our arcs will forever be incomplete. Well, running out of time didn't kill us immediately. The market is flashing. Why is the market flashing? I could buy things. I don't need them. We're probably dead anyway. I have a bunch of renown. People can have a level. Why not? At the end of all things, take time to level up. Let's level up a Let's title. Alright, we can go to the outskirts, we can go to the Menders. The Menders seem important. Although, yeah, why bother them? Let's see to our people first. Part of the city smoulders since the riots, matching the mood in the lower rings. Supplies are scattered, impossible to tally or portion since the funeral. Hoarding seems necessary for the future, and you're afraid other clans in our brand will feel the same. Nothing else, we should set precedent from here on out, Aelio suggests. No, let's try and keep control. Trust overcomes. Some are relieved to place that burden on you, others insist on keeping a watchful eye on the stockpile. Fine, let's go see the Menders. Menders are spread out evenly along the walls, each overlapping the light created by the next. Guards with distant expressions stand watch between them. Around their feet are piles of warped dredge and men alike. They're starting to scale over the bodies on the other side of the wall, says Zeph, some small disgust in her voice. As if to prove the point, Amanda yells when more warped rise into view. Hurry! Beckons Zeph. Don't like that. Alright. Let's do this. Let's not bother taking Zeph. Harkon, let's have another file. Sure, this team will do. Okay, actually getting to fight across the wall. Keep the warped away from the Menders. Easier said than done. Is that the Menders? Yeah, I assume so. I mean, there's Menders on that side as well, but if we're meant to protect them, then we're already screwed. And here we have a bear. We have, ooh, warped horsemen. Horseborn. Explode, and they have pin. Alright, so they're cantrips. Again, I'm looking at the other screen because it's better. Bigger. We've got your slingers, your stone singer, a scourge, a bear, and a cantrip. Okay. Alright, we'll just let them come. And now just one-shot this foe. Although it does put you in bear range. Oof. That's a lot of damage. The Stone Singer wanders off to do something in the corner, as Stone Singers are wont to do. We're really not going to be able to stop them. Yeah. Take the willpower hit. Do some damage to the bear, and retreat. Wow, Harkon hits like a train, but also he's not very good at staying alive. Let's insult the bear. How hard do you have to insult a bear that it'll understand it? That slinger is on Overwatch. Remember this fact. Narrator, she forgot this fact. Also on Overwatch. But, frankly, not much I can do about it. I need to... Alright. Cool, that wasn't close enough. Let's bring pain and try and shred that one's armor. And then they all lose armor, and then Harkon just dies. Kill the bear. And then she shot a bear in the face and it ruled. Overwatch. But again, not much I can do. I need to get in closer. I mean, I probably could have done something more sensible than that, but here we are. Yeah. But still, you dodge most of it. Actually, wait, you can use Bird of Prey to extend your effective range to hopefully longer than theirs. I mean, it's only 1 damage, but that's better than none. Yeah, I know. Thought I avoided all the ashes there. Apparently I didn't. Oh, got us down. This is not looking great. Slag that one. That does not do as much damage as my brain says it will. Ursa's down. Yeah, this isn't looking good for our heroes. And then they will get umbraged again. Guzman goes down, and we enter pillage against us. For a Scald, Aelio is absolutely holding his own out here. Walk around all the hazards. Stab this slinger. God, you don't lose a fight for ages, and then you lose 2 in a row. It's all going quite poorly. God, I always forget quite how much of a soul-destroying kind of... how it grinds you down when these games do badly. Go badly. You know, words, verbs, things. Seven renown. Wow, that's worse than none at all, I'll be honest. Sometimes I have to wonder about humanity. We're barely holding the walls and all the clans can manage to rob and kill each other. Captain, my men just need more protection on the walls. You have as many men as we can spare. Valk and the rest are in the streets. Petrus's 4th voice in as many episodes. Our brand isn't worth saving if only killers and thieves remain. Even if my father were here, he'd have little control over the city now. I have even less, but I'm certain I can find men loyal to my father's banner. Put me in command on the walls. Are you certain? I can guarantee no safety here. If there is a time for me to lead, it is now. They look to you. You realise that whoever is put in charge of the walls may be in serious danger. Who do we want to sacrifice? I mean, we did only just meet Petrus, and God knows what his voice sounds like, so... Petrus, gather your guards. You're in charge here. We'll do what we can, but if I could make a suggestion, take care of the people below, the innocent ones. Wish us luck. Oh. Okay. More days. Okay, so we're not quite as screwed as I thought. I mean, Petrus is probably dead. But hey. Why is it warmer right here? Why does this part look different from the rest? This is... hold on. Soaring shards of smoky glass jut askew from the ground as if flung here. At first it looks like more of the inner Earth's strangeness until you realise that these are splinters of the black sun. Images reflect off the mirrored surfaces, creating an illusory army of ravens as you walk through. Hold on, says Ollie. I thought this place was bad before, now there's 6 of ditch. The nauseating, sweaty warmth still radiating from the fragments has everyone eager to pass through. Except Avent. That's a phrase that just makes my skin crawl. He stopped at one, with his hand pressed against the glassy surface, looking at his own reflection. Come on, Avent. It's time to go. I hardly recognize myself. Could be worse. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to compare. The reality of what I must do is sinking in. We're getting close. Avon stares out into the distance. Now's not the time for second thoughts. It was always such a long way off. There was more time. Time for what exactly? Avon sighs heavily. Juno revealed it already, but there's something you may not have fully grasped. Something she forbade me to tell you. She worried it might change things. No more secrets. The only way the black sun will return to the sky is for Juno to seal the darkness within. She has to stay there, trapped for eternity. A fate worse than death, and it was my fault. All she's done since is fight tooth and nail to make things right. All she's ever done. You can see anger spreading across Avon's face. He almost looks as if he's drawing energy from the sun shard. Maybe don't do that. What if there's another way? Even with the sun broken, there must be energy enough here to destroy the serpent. That might... It might be enough. Will killing the serpent even fix things? I don't know, but I'm certain it will come for us again. There's nothing else for it to do. Why shouldn't I try? Why should I keep asking for permission? Avon, think you're friends in Arborang? Avon's mouth becomes a thin line, and some of the fire in his eyes goes out. I know. I apologize. My thoughts have always been difficult to control, ever since birth. My mother was the head of the Valka in her time. When she had a boy, the council was worried. The males of our kind have always had a touch of madness to varying degrees. My father couldn't contain his own. Suppose that kind of power would be hard for anyone? It is a curse. I'm only alive at all thanks to Juno, and she's kept this power within me from spilling out. When she spoke to me in a dream at Einertoft, I wasn't even sure it was real. I'd gone so long without her help, I was starting to lose control again. Everything she's done was to heal me, and for that she suffers. Can you imagine feeling so powerful and so weak at the same time? I can imagine. Avon nods, and you feel that you've earned more of his trust. And we carry on, in the dead silence under the world, apart from the periodic chunging of the clock. I'm just gonna say it, Spar grouses. I'm starving, and I don't just mean it as an expression. I'm so hungry I might die. The caravan is getting precariously low on food, and nobody dares to drink the water that pools in dark crevices. You're feeling it yourself. The stone singer seems to understand, though you've never seen them eat anything before. Scraping a hard, bell-shaped object from the cliff walls and handing it to you with a motion like opening a book. Huh. I thought that was just more cracking rock, says Spar, taking the thing. It has a hard obsidian shell, but once cracked open, a strikingly bright pink plant resides within, squishy to the touch. Looks like a mushroom. Doesn't smell strange or display the same warped weirdness that everything else does. There seem to be quite a few more still clinging onto the cliffside. So, who's going to try it first? Spar wonders aloud. Yeah, do it. F me up. This is a standpoint that has never seen me wrong on this channel ever before. Let's do the thing. It tastes like a mushroom, but slightly sweet. A couple minutes later, you're actually feeling stronger, a bit more energized. The others cautiously gather handfuls and eat as much as they dare. I swear the caravan moves a little faster than before. Yeah, it does seem to be. And I appreciate that. What with the clock? Keep a friend company. Alfred beckons during a short rest, patting a lonely rock at the caravan's edge. Innocent enough, but you see ulterior motives on her face, brighter than the white tower in the distance. You have something on your mind. You, Ivor. It's funny. I should hate you. Many sculptors are my friends, and you are who they tell their children to fear. But I don't hate you. The more about you I know, the more I like you. Is that really what you wanted to talk about? Straight to the point. Eyvind and Juno. They trust you, don't they? But I wonder if they have earned your trust. I don't trust any of you. Ooh, he's smart, too. Do you have any faults, Val? Now, Juno, she may be weaving little truths, but step back. Look at the whole tapestry. They wield terrible power. Perhaps you've noticed. It's exactly why they made the Order of Menders. Ah, look over here, we're only healing the sick, building houses. Pay no mind to the madmen on ivory towers turning the world inside out. I've considered it. Come closer. Eyvind created a Fawn immortal. Can you comprehend? Juno cannot die. That wasn't their goal, was it? What is immortality without power? Misery. No. I think they're trying to make a god. To make themselves gods. Don't tell me you believe they've come so far just to undo it all. What are you implying? Not to sit back and let it happen, that should be clear. Say nothing now, I'm not asking you for promises. But a time will come, and soon, I think, when you'll see the truth unfolding before your eyes. When that time comes, look to me, trust your instincts. Juno and Eyvind are not the only ones who know how to twist the threads. I will make certain what they claim to be doing is what is done. I've got to live here too, you know? The plot, she is thick. In awe at the thickness of this plot. Absolute saga. A distant rumble approaches, and all the things it could be race through your mind. Someone shouts, "Earthquake!" as the ground bucks beneath your feet. Violent shaking peels rock sheets off the nearby cliffs. They crash around you in great billowing clouds of dust. "Is everyone alright?" you shout in the aftermath. "Knew I recognised you from somewhere," Valgard shouts. He's swinging your ollie with clenched fists. "This bastard tried to push me into the fallen rocks!" As the confusion and the dust clear, frustrated ravens are letting off steam with chants of fight. What's this bite? "Ollie murdered a warlord in Strand back when I was guard captain. Never got a chance to thank him for all the good friends who were killed as a result." Liar, retorts Ollie. I've never even been to Strand. You're both lying, Juno interjects in a dark mood. Ollie travelled to Strand where he did ignite the war, but no one was pushed towards falling rocks. And if you both wish to keep your history in the past... Both men pale from Juno's icy words, realizing they can keep no secrets. That earthquake was no coincidence, Avon says, changing the subject. Same as when the serpent carved chasms through the earth above. Be on your guard. Am I ever off my guard? Yeah, that clock is giving me such anxiety. Stop the caravan! The ravens reluctantly take the moment to catch their breaths. That's Bellower on our heels. We can't just ignore it. We all know how this is gonna end. You know what happens if we make a stand against Bellower. If the serpent awaits us at the tower, then we'll have to face it with Bellower at our backs. And that's no option at all. I've always wanted to meet Bellower. Seems like the time. Who else wants to see a legend in action? By which I mean me. Finally, I found something approaching Welsh. I'm tired of waiting. I'll make a stand. That said walking, didn't it? If I'm going to die down here, I may as well be against a Sund. You won't come back. Who's going to take you there anyway? I'll go. For what possible reason? You forget. I know the dredge. I've spent much time here. I can speak to him. And I'm the only one who can create my own light. At worst, I can distract them for a moment at best. Maybe we learn something. Something about Alfred's willingness strikes you as odd. She winks slyly. If he doesn't want to talk? That's what I'm hoping. Won't be the first time I've vanished without a trace. We'll meet again up the road. I'm not going to be able to talk you out of this, am I? No, but maybe you have a message you want me to deliver? Let's try and appease things. Tell him I'm sorry. Interesting. I'll try to be convincing. Alfred conjures a light of her own. Juno watches, but makes no move to stop her. Let's split up, cover more ground. Always goes well. So these cliffs were homes for the dredge. Because I'm starting to see a lot of movement ahead. Whatever you do, Ditch, don't scream. This time, the shifting shadows in the corners of your eyes are real, ahead and behind. The others have noticed and are quietly pulling blades, flickering like a school of fish as you press together. An earth-shaking howl echoes off stone as if surrounding you. Bellower, somewhere out there. Fear seeps in against your will. There are warped everywhere ahead, clustered together to slow your progress, and more dot the horizon. We're so close, says Valgard, and you know his frustration, and don't recognize his voice. Is it dramatic last charge time? I think it might be. What are we waiting for? You shout. An invitation from Bellower? Push through! Everyone is injured. Half of our team aren't here. We have one remaining Varl, no witch. no extra renown to spend, so I guess we just gotta try and do this. Be nice if we could win a fight for once. But here comes the bit where I never claimed to be good at this kind of game. Okay, we've got a border, we've got a bunch of grunts, a stone singer, 2 scourges. Alright, let's do this thing. Let them come. Hold. And now that they've brought themselves out here, get an incredibly old man with a tambourine to stab them. Don't stab them with the tambourine, that seems inefficient. As well as the tambourine, he does have a knife. And you know what else he has? A borer briefly on his side who is bamboozled. Effective bamboozlement. Wow. Really don't like that screaming when you hit the border. Yes, hit Juno. She's already a zombie, and also she can absorb hits with her mind. I positioned everyone in front of Iva like an idiot. You know who would have been handy around now? Volker. Sparta gets the kill. Wow. Really just said, no, you can't have armor. And now it's dead, so I think we know who won that particular argument. What have I told you about the tentacle thing? Here's a hint. It's immediately stop doing the tentacle thing. Actually, wait, you can flail, right? Yeah. That's more like it. You can get that Shatterstone between them. No? Have I misjudged the range there? Yes, yes I have. Damn. Well, let's just take some armor off then. Really need to kill Stone Singers more quickly. Oh, she's out of willpower, no bamboozlement. Dang it. Honestly, it might have been an idea just to rest with her. Well, now she's dead anyway, so... Well, I mean, she was always dead, but you know. She just needs to go and pick up some more of the power of the Son of the Underworld. You know, as one does. And this is where you can Shatterstone both of them. Orly goes down. But Ivor can get a kill in here, so at least he won't get unbridged. And we'll all get some willpower out of it. Stop doing the tentacle thing. If you have mouth tentacles, maybe that's where they're meant to be. Just let them stay in your mouth and everyone will be happy. Good dodge. Okay, what's the most dark energy I can pick up? Flail might have been an idea. Oh well. My computer is chugging again. Why is my computer chugging again? I would like it to stop. Stop chugging, not stop entirely. Yeah, you walk into the ash, we know, but... whatever, that thing's dead now. And Sparta gets more stories. And then I got punched in the face by the big one. Ivor didn't have much to do with that bit of the story, but you know, I thought I'd say it anyway, adds a bit of local colour. And then I murdered it with a knife. We're going to pillage. Valgard continues to get messed up. May as well drop all of our lightning charges since this isn't a wave battle, so this is the only place we'll have to spend them. Yeah, I know. Spent too much willpower on that, but hey. Not much Sparta can do. Juno, go and incarnate again. And then give the castaway some willpower back, as well as yourself. And kill him. There. At least I can occasionally win a goddamn fight. Also, we killed 3 enemies with the castaway. Ah, sweet. That was... Don't mind me forgetting which of my screens is the active one and where I'll need the cursor. Just click on the wrong place. The warp to becoming more relentless. Like they're on some kind of tour in a van. He's still out there, you say, unnerved that something as massive as Bellower can slip secretly through the darkness. You rub your sore neck as you step quickly over warped bodies. Keep your eyes open. Complaints of aching feet and sore backs somehow take your mind to Alfrun. Or maybe you sense something from the corner of your eyes. The tall frames of two Varl bob from within an approaching light bubble, and the caravan is eager for details. You should have seen Krumer, Sigbjorn says in disbelief. Percy just nods, eyes wide. Not out for this yet, but he bought some time, and he paid for it. You remind the others not to waste this opportunity, and their pace quickens. Ah, Krumer, just as we vaguely track down your accent. Warped dredge bodies ornament this hill like crenellations, some sitting or slumped, all dead. What happened here? Grunts Valgard, pushing one over with his foot. Hundreds can be seen from the hilltop, and they look suspiciously arranged. This wasn't a battle, Valgard continues, noting the same. Juno and Avent have nothing to add. Wait, what if this is a warning of some kind, or for something ahead? Suggests Dutch. Let's look for clues. Dredge's weapons are stowed, but they each suffer the same piercing wound. They have no signs of food or supplies, and something feels wrong about the way they sit, loosely propped up in a circle looking at each other. Suddenly dawns on you. Mass suicide. These dredge appear to have ended each other before the darkness reached them rather than be twisted alive. It leaves a pit in your stomach to wonder if the survivors in Arborang might do the same. The caravan leaves the macabre scene behind.
The white tower that looked like a toothpick when I first saw it now soars above our heads, dwarfing any structure made by kings or Wow. This is where our troubles began. And with luck, where they will end.
But speaking of troubles, back to Arborang. Farbarang's story is written on a tapestry, the edges are becoming frayed. The menders are dying, a few to the warped, a couple to stray arrows, and mad revolters, one to exhaustion. Zeph pulled them back to the next set of walls. The noose tightens. Not everybody survived the scramble to safer ground, and you can see the lurching bodies of the fallen just beyond the black veil. Gone, but not dead. Did Petrus ever come back? No. We're gonna have to probably fight him. Let's go to the houses. Black soot billows up from ramshackle shelters and is spreading to bigger buildings at an alarming rate. Fire! Distant shouts confirm. Serves them right, you overhear a Varl say, watching from a safe distance. You realise he's talking about Ruger's loyalists who scramble to save their own things from a fire they probably started. Yeah, but we're not going to let them die in a fire just because they're idiots. A few brave hearts join you, creating a chain of water buckets. It's water you doubt you can afford to lose, and worse, you don't seem to be making much progress. The fire continues to spread. Get the Varl involved. This city is largely made of wood. The Varl hate fire, that much is clear. They mostly ignore your pleas. And eventually smouldering embers are all that's left, but not before people burned beneath buildings crumbled. You spend the late hours of the day looking for bodies. Families grieve over kin pulled from the wreckage. The Varl are gathered around one of their own, a smouldering corpse. You recognise his burnt face. It's Gris, one of Harkon's warriors. You did this on your orders, one of the Varl spits. Came a long way to die like this. These games. The commons. A livid crowd of horseborn confront each other. You recognise Canary and Deirdre among them. Their hooves lay victims of the spat. Canary is waving her javelin threateningly. You Can't be certain what sparked them this time or who's to blame. Let's try and get involved. Conflicting stories remind everyone why they're upset. Canary shouts loudly at Deirdre in her own tongue, who responds with a dagger. Canary is the better fighter and turns the blade back on Deirdre. The crowd panics. Horseborn trample anyone in their way as they beat a path. Amongst the bodies left in their wake is Deirdre, poisoned by her own blade. You never find out what happened. These games! Ah, at the wall. Come quick, says a bloodied guard. He leads you up the wall to the menders, worse for wear. The warped pouring out of the darkness is still mostly dredge, but now you recognise more and more of them as Arborang's clansmen, turned into nightmare creatures. Where's... You begin, noticing a pile of dead guards and a panicked mender holding his light against the approaching warped. I'm still here, pants Petrus. He kicks a warped dredge over the side of the wall. Lost a couple of menders. The warped are coming along faster now. Glad to see you, but I don't know how much longer we can hold out. Already a new horde approaches. Let's try and do this fight less badly. Take out all of these injured people, which is all of the people. No, I didn't need to just click on you. Let's go. Tonde. Wow, this is a lot. What are Ubin's abilities again? Oh yeah, he's got Tempest and Reveal Weakness where he can mark prey for people. Well, if he gets there, he can Tempest these both. Wait, no, that's not how Tempest works. What is that? Oh, that's a Horseborn. Nice. Oh, I never even noticed Oddleif was over there on her own. Why the hell did it put her there, and why didn't I notice? Ugh. Wait, has Ludin got a poisoned spear? Is that a thing now? Oh yeah, he's carrying an item for that. What are Zephyr's abilities? Allows movement to any unoccupied tile. Repairs armor. Does Breeze only move her? Oh no, yeah, no, but it has to be somebody near her, so she can't pull Oddleif in. Boo. Let's drop some runes down. Let's attack, armor, and armor break. up all the buffs, lose a bunch of willpower, murder this one. Ah, he doesn't have a high enough level trample. Boo. Really should have checked that beforehand, but I was frankly never going to, and we all know it. Good dodge, good dodge. Yeah, I can get a slag in there. Nice. And then Shiko's Oddleaf. Not much I could do about that. Tempest the two of these. Double kill, get an achievement. Ubin kind of rules. Once again, didn't remember to check the range on my trample. And don't have enough. It'd be a danger if I actually stopped and thought. That's a very meaty axe. I mean, it was literally an axe going into meat, so, you know, it shouldn't be surprising. Now can you actually hit with a trample? Yeah, you can. And get the kill with it. And go into pillage. And then Eric. Can go over there. Oh, right, so it just gives them infinite movement, it doesn't, like, transport them. Right. That was unclear. Okay. So we got through this wave. Sky is still basically unharmed. Zephyr is currently a bit crap. Ubin is too wounded for this. Eric might be alright to keep. Higher level people to the front. Canary, Gunnulf, Petrus, and Alette. Remember to rearrange people before the enemy gets here. Alette, back center. Canary, nearby. Skaha, like there. Petrus, shield walling. Gunnulf in the slightly open, more open bit. Eric, yeah, sure. Okay, there is another wave after this one, so they don't just keep coming until you die. That's nice. Oh, bollocks, I forget they have the willpower absorption. Only one person she can hit from here. So she will. And before you ask, yes, that was deliberate. I saw the fire and I was like, yeah, worth it. That wasn't so great. Nice. Nice. Very nice. God, Gunnulf has been with us literally since the first fight in the first game. There are, like, he's not guaranteed to be here. There are plenty of places where he can die. Is anybody looking very low on willpower? Saga could probably use some, but yeah, Eric might just fight instead. Yeah, there are opportunities to lose Gunnulf, but we've just managed to not. And I think that's pretty cool. Again, with the absorption, it's cheap. And yes, all it actually requires is for me to look at one more number, but am I going to? And critted as well. Don't like that. But hey, have some of it back. Oh, that breeze buff lasts for more than one turn. Again, a thing that would have been cool if I was told. And yes, I probably was told. Observant viewers can probably pinpoint the exact point at which I was told. However... No, this is how you do it. Right, so that must have been Rupture, because after Umbrage you can't take another action. Oh no, that was Sprite Flickering, I don't like that. Oh, they add an item. Neat. Oh, and it exploded. Neat. Yay! And we got an achievement. Achievement? As nobody says it. York's Knots. From the York's Breeding Ground in Noutmart. Now it's them. And a promotion, because he just got me an achievement. And my surviving wife gets a promotion, as does Saga. Oddleaf was injured because I didn't even notice her. Ludin because he just decided to be crap. bunch of renown. Feeling pretty good about that one. I'm so sad, y'all. Right, let's kill it and reload it and see where it reloads us. Doop. Boop. Some of the things I was looking up suggested that this might have something to do with having cloud saving turned on, but also cloud saving is the only reason I've still got the file when I had to change computers, so, you know. Where are you going to drop us, game? Yeah, pretty much where I thought. Okay, so it remembers the other two things we did. It was just like, no, you did well in that fight, and for that you must be punished. See, I was beginning to have a feeling that maybe if I just went a little bit over time, we could finish this game today. Seems like no, because the game actively doesn't want to be finished, and because it clearly wants it to keep to 5 episodes per Banner Saga. So, I can't argue with consistency. All that to say, we are about at time. We're a few minutes early, but, you know. So, wow, I don't know if my connection's been going a bit weird along with my CPU, because my bitrate is all over the place. Might have to look into that. Hope the quality's been alright, though. And yeah, so, time for a bit of a wrap-up. Thanks, everyone who's turned up. Thanks if you stayed to the end, means a lot. If you've been watching, you know where to find me, but just in case, this is twitch.tv/Saracent, that's SERASENT. I'm streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 2 PM British time, that is 9 AM Eastern, 6 Pacific, other time zones are available, and we will be probably finishing this next time. Looking forward to it, because then we can move on to something else. I have many, many games that I want to share with y'all. Yeah. Like, these have been good, but they're also a slog, and it's clearly by design. So yeah, join us for that. If you want to be notified when I am live, because time conversions are hard, y'all, then you can throw us a follow. Always appreciated, and you get notifications whenever I'm here. Also, if you miss it, you can catch VODs on my channel for up to 8 weeks after the fact. So only post-hiatus stuff is up there because we were away for 3 months. So, yeah, do that. But if you want the older ones, then you need to go to my YouTube, youtube.com/users/rf191999, or you can click the link about there, where you can find VODs going all the way back to the start of the channel. It's over a year ago. We've played all kinds of games, and so there'll probably be something there for you, and if there isn't, let us know what would be. Throw us a subscription over there, doesn't cost you anything, and gets hot, fresh VODs in your subscription feed. Whenever we update, we will be back to doing that probably in the next week or two, at which point they will also start going up every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. What else? If you want to catch any more information about the stream, about me just ranting into the void, whatever. Also down there, I believe, is my Twitter, but just in case it's not, that is at Waruce, W-A-R-U-C-E. And over there you can find, like I say, just all kinds of things at the minute. A lot of me shouting about Eurovision, on which more in a minute. Yes, if you feel like supporting this madness financially, then you can, of course, subscribe or cheer on the Twitch, but you very much don't need to. Just turn up and hang out and have fun and be chill, and it's all good. I think that's everything for this stream. If you want to see me in other projects, do I have some news for you today? But both just, like, fresh announcements here. Well, one of them you might have seen like an hour ago on my Twitter if you looked at that in the break. But, more immediately, Tuesday, I will be... Those of you who were watching last year might remember that I am a massive Eurovision nerd, so May is my happy time. And last year I took part in Dan Peak's excellent Twitch stream watch-alongs of the Eurovision semi-finals. They were a lot of fun. I got to share my opinions. I have a lot of those, it turns out. Yeah, and I will be back again this year. He's only doing the first semi-final because of work stuff, but I'll be there for that. That is this coming Tuesday. That's May the... does maths 10th. From... probably 8 British. I will double check, though. Look out for that announcement on the Twitter, or I will say more about it on Tuesday, because I'll still be doing my daytime stream, because, yeah. And then, on Thursday, same time, 12th of May, I will be not on his stream, because it isn't there, but since it isn't happening there, I'm bringing the party home, and I will be hosting my own semi-final 2 watch-along, 12th of May, probably 8 British, again, we'll check the times. So that's exciting. Also exciting, in other projects, I won't be doing the final because I will be watching that with family and just having a party like we do every year. It'll be great. Other stuff coming up. Starting June, the... checks notes. Why is my computer not showing me a calendar? 4th, June the 4th, at 5:30 PM Eastern Time, that is 10:30 British and 2:30 Eastern, I will be starting, I will be starting the campaign of, wow, words. I am going to be one of the players in a Numenera TTRPG campaign hosted over on twitch.tv/thehypegoblin, that's TheHypegoblin. Go throw them a follow, they do all kinds of gaming stuff, and lots of good charity work as well, so check them out. And yes, so every Saturday, 5:30 Eastern from June the 4th, come and see me make bad decisions in a billion years in the future. As opposed to when I make bad decisions now. So that's exciting as well. I'm with a great cast. They're all good people. And it should be a lot of fun. Excited to share it with y'all. So, those announcements aside, I think we're done. Yes, they were the only announcements. So... obviously, if you need any more details on any of them, my Twitter's the best place to go for. Once again, that's at Waruce, W-A-R-U-C-E. But otherwise, love you all. I will see you on Tuesday for probably the conclusion of this nonsense, providing it doesn't fight me too hard. Cool. Love you all. And now I will let this fade out to the dulcet sounds of our brang on fire. See y'all.